Okay, greetings. Here we are. I'm a little behind schedule today. Little behind schedule. Get this going here. Little behind schedule. All right. Okay. All right. A little behind schedule. Let's see if we could. All right. Are we catching up? All right. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. This is a brand new day. A brand new day. The sun rises fresh every day. January the 19th, 2019. All right. Okay. I'm going to have to. All right. We'll see how it goes. Okay. We're going to talk about the state of Black America today. And first of all, greetings to everyone. I hope you're doing well. Hope everything is well. This is a University in the Home program. We deal with our spiritual, we deal with our academic, and then we deal with business. So we try to deal with the holistic, the whole person. Not just giving you, it's basically a course in financial management, a financial analyst. You'll be a lay financial analyst. You understand the creation, accumulation, preservation of wealth, the techniques that you need to dwell if you want to create wealth and maintain it. And one of the biggest problems that we have in this country is that we don't maintain wealth. We're going to go through that today. But first of all, I hear these new concepts of people are using the word I overstand. I overstand. First of all, we're going to try to break this down into 3 parts. Spend a little time together, relax, get your coffee, sit down. I want to do this every week. This is Saturday school. This is Saturday Sabbath school. So we want to get in touch with ourselves once again. We want to slow down. And we have to spend time on study. And every Friday, I'm going to start posting them. I do a message. I provide a spiritual message that will help you to give you that spiritual food that you need that's within you already, but you need to be reminded. And when you go to the website, powerthroughunity.org, and you put your name, your best email address there, and you'll start receiving a series of emails. The first series of orientation, basic stuff, not going to disrupt your life. Get you into that mode of study and reflection. And I talk about balance. I talk about Maya, the things that from the ancients. See, we have to step back from this nonsense because it's not working. You judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, and the fruit is rotten. The individuals think they're there, but they're not. Can't get along with each other, arguing and bickering, can't even get a basic understanding, let alone get an overstanding. And our communities are in disrepair. But this comes with personal responsibility as well. I remember when I was growing up and down south with my grandparents, and I lived there for a while before I went to Cleveland, and my grandma would always get up in the morning and the shack, her yard would be clean. Then we didn't have it was nice, but the yard, she would always make sure because the chickens get around there and stuff like that, and that fresh air. But whatever she had, she made sure that it was nice. Growing up, whatever we had, we took care of it and made sure it was nice. There was no food and paper in the yard and all that kind of stuff. Yards look nice, right, wherever we are. And that's what we have to do with our lives. We have to start picking up the debris and cleaning up ourselves and straightening up. And watch the way we talk to each other and treat each other. And it's a journey. It's a journey. I want you to understand that life is a journey. It's not a destination. So we have to look at life from a fresh, new perspective. This is a journey. And how you do in this journey will determine the level of your next journey that you go on. And that's why I go back to Maya, go back to the ancient teachings. Where did all these other religions come from? Let's go back there. And it teaches us that we must be in balance. That we must be in balance. The scale of Maya, honesty, integrity, loyalty, our spiritual essence, our heart must be as light as a feather. We must be in balance. And the system of things has corrupted our minds, corrupted our spirits in the pursuit of materialism, shooting and killing each other, getting in relationships, stealing another person's bank account and all their money. You're not equally yoked. This is a program that makes sure that each individual is of substance. They bring substance to the table so we can start rebuilding our relationships. We don't trust each other. We become deviants, criminals in our own land, instead of dealing with the issue up front. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to deal with the issue head on. So I want to try to make it what God has put on my heart to present to you. Is that we're going to break it down into 3 different segments. We got a little time here, scheduled to from 12:30 in May. Since I'll be editing this, this is live on Facebook right now. So let's just break it down into 3 categories: understanding versus overstanding. You know, I hear everybody say, I overstand. It's like putting the cart before the horse. You know, we understand we wouldn't be in this situation that we're in. Right? And then how did they get our loyalty? And we're going to look at the Republican and the Democratic Party. How did they get our loyalty? Right? And then we're going to look at the state of the indigenous people in America. They call it the state of Black America. No such thing as black. You know, we're the indigenous people of this land. We need to understand that. And we can get into that story at a later time, but just understand that this is our land. And one of the many lies that have been told to us, which is many, it's a story. It's literally a story that they weaved and they told us, like we're like little children. And we're still acting like children, right? They told us, you know, where we came from, which is a lie. They told us who we are, our history, which is a lie. They told us who we should pray to and who we should worship, which is a lie. You know, everything, history, it's a story. His story is real. And once you become educated and knowledgeable, but the problem is that some of you, it's like when slavery was over. You say, you can go now, slavery's over. No, master. Where am I going to go, master? Who going to feed me, master? Who going to take care of you, master? The master's sick. We sick, master. So it's going to be difficult. It's difficult when new information, which you have been indoctrinated with as a child, right? And for those, we're going to talk about that in section 2. How do they get your loyalty? You know, the Willie Lynch, they separated our households. The man against the woman. They give women the jobs, the opportunities, jobs that men should be doing, the women's doing, but they want that money. See, so they don't get, as long as you get them something, they got that money in their mind. They don't care. They're not thinking about the family structure, the relationships. And the men they lock up, because they don't want that energy around them. Make sure that there's no people at the corporate talking about the glass ceiling, you know, the hood ceiling. You make sure that there's no opportunity. Break up the families, rip them to shreds with this drug scheme. You know, give them the drugs, arrest them, take the drugs back, sell them again. You know, knowing they're wrong. taking away your life and your existence. That's people who have not evolved, not civilized. We're dealing with an uncivilized people. An uncivilized people. And especially when we'll touch on that a little later. Understanding versus overstanding. Understanding is basic knowledge. Basic knowledge. And a lot of us, especially our children, we're not being sent to school prepared to learn. They're not getting an understanding. Other than on TV, hip hop, I don't need school. I'm gonna be a rap star. Basic knowledge, discipline, structure. And our children are not, they should get this in the household. It should be balanced. Your household. Parenting is one of the most important jobs. If you choose to be a parent, this is one of the most important jobs that you'll ever have, is being a parent. And it comes with much responsibility. A lot of people want children and they can't have the children for whatever reason. And even if you don't have children, it's a village. We have to restructure ourselves where these precious assets are able to be just like running track, right? You pass that baton on. You running that track, get in that lane and stuff, you pass it. We're not passing the baton. We're dropping the baton. We're not even in the race. We just dropped the baton. Got different lanes and stuff, but when it comes to our lane, the handoff, the baton falls to the ground. There's no passing on. So if there's no passing on, there can never be any building. So you have to have basic knowledge. And that comes from middle school. I said, well, the education they're teaching you. No, just get your mind wired. And then when you come home, you can balance it off, do some homeschooling. Let them know that, wait a minute, from a proper perspective, until you get into a situation where you can educate your own children, educate your own community. And we should not be in a situation where the oppressor is educating our children. You got to balance it off. And you need to understand the situation that you're in. Like children being shot down. That's real. Can't be scared. You got to understand the situation. We're not talking about overthrowing the government. This is our country. It's a corporate. We got caught up in this corporate, oligarchy. It's a system that they've set up. But we need to understand the system. If we want to rise within the system or create another system. But first of all, you have to understand. And this is the only violence that's going to take place is in the renewing of your mind. Because it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. Right? We talked about his story. Once you become educated, we got a 12-week course that we go through after the 30-day life plan orientation. The 30-day life plan is to help you to organize yourself. Sit down and think. I don't know why we don't want to do that. It's a beautiful thing. Sit down, structure out your plan. Learn about budgeting, financial management, time management. Things that you need to sit down structurally and formally. We got it loosey-goosey in our head, but let's put it down on paper. Let's structure ourselves. Let's structure our life. Then move in that direction. See, people say overstanding, right? But we don't have a basic understanding. If we had an understanding, then we could come together. And that's what this program is about. It's about bringing an understanding so we can come together and overstand. We can solve, we can bring solutions to the table. To me, overstanding is bringing solutions to the table. All right? Just recently in California, we went through our little 6-day, 7-day rain, where it rained consistently for those days. On the 7th day, 6th or 7th day, it was up on the hill, they like to build up in the hills, build their estates up in the hills. And this one structure was being developed, it was leveling the ground, they were starting to build a structure. And then all of a sudden,